This podcast is brought to you by Breakfast House.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Charles Manson has a wife, and I'll even have a date for the prom, dude. Damn.
Probably.
That's what you say, sedan, right?
No, it's sedan.
Sedan. What am I saying sedan for? It's not boring.
It's boring.
Wow.
And Whoopi Goldberg was
I
on
know
one.
Guppy Wolver.
Now we got one of yours, huh?
Damn, good Guppy Wolver.
Welcome to the Tables Podcast, episode 3, featuring my homeboy Pepper, my homeboy Jay, and me, Kat.
Greetings.
Hey. That's how I want to sound.
So, Charles Manson's getting married.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't read into it. I just saw the headline.
They're allowed conjugals.
No, they're not actually. That's the weird shit.
Did you read it?
Is
I
it because
did.
he's on?
I saw it on the news. I read about it, and I saw it posted everywhere. They're making memes about it now. It has an ugly ass picture of him, old as fuck now, and he still has a swastika on his forehead.
Yeah, no, he carved that shit in there.
Yeah, it is. It's in there. And everyone's all like, "Oh, Charles Manson has a fucking wife. What are you doing? You're all alone."
That's Morgan, man.
Charles Manson has a wife, and I'll even have a date for the prom, dude. Damn. Is he can't have conjugals because he's on life, right?
Yeah, he's in life. So it's kind of like
if you're getting out
He's
eventually.
a celebrity, that's why.
Well, I read that she's been steadily seeing him.
Yeah, it's just some girl that's
Since
had a huge crush on him since she was 19. I don't know how old she is now.
26
Okay, she's 26.
or 28.
But
I saw two different numbers, 26 and 28.
anyway, still a long time to have a crush on a fucking serial killer.
Yeah.
And
Oh
to
my
be
God, I want
visiting
a
him like
serial
all the
killer
time
dick.
and shit. She, obviously fucking wants to marry him. I guess the court's allowing it now because at first it was just he's asking for like a permission to get married. And I guess now they gave it to him. But since he's in there for life, he can't he can't have conjugals. He can't never fucking get out like on parole or anything to like spend time with her. It's just like
In theory.
yeah, like I have a fucking wife out there
Behind
somewhere.
the window, dude. I guess the thought is, if you're never getting out, you have no reason to be with anyone.
It's not uncommon for serial killers to get married while they're in jail. Like Richard Ramirez, Night Stalker, like he got married.
Night Stalker, dude. These names, man.
Yeah, no, they called him the Night Stalker because
they call me Ernest the River Raper.
And they I think it had parallels with that AC/DC song called Nightcrawler because the lyrics are I'm gonna sneak into your room and I'm gonna I don't know the lyrics verbatim, but it has to do with like sneaking into your room and doing something to you. But it just suggests that it's sex, but it could also be something else. So the Night Stalker would break into people's rooms and he would rape them and kill them. And then a few times he left an AC/DC hat. So then
an AC/DC hat.
Hat, yeah.
What like?
As like a
Like
kind
a
of like
baseball hat,
like a Zorro kind of his sign, was like the AC/DC hat.
Like the logo?
No, that was like his calling card.
His calling card was like a hat that had the AC/DC logo.
No, well that's what I'm asking. It
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
logo. It wasn't like the hat that
No,
what's his name wore. Or
no.
something.
It was like a logo, like a fan.
okay.
Like
Could
a
you
fan
imagine
hat.
him going to like a metal store and buying like an AC/DC hat every week?
Damn, that's true. They should start looking out for that. But yeah, they connected him to the song, the Nightcrawler song, which is actually a pretty good song, I think.
And not really off topic, but since you brought up AC/DC,
oh, that's right.
the drummer,
Jail.
he's in jail now.
He's sentenced to, what did they said like 10 years in prison because he hired someone to kill 2 people.
Yeah.
That means he could get conjugals.
Yeah, Phil Rudd, he's I read that, I was like, damn. And then AC/DC is releasing a new album and he's not in any of the pictures or any of the promos, and
Really?
he's not going to be in the concert. I mean, obviously. So it might have happened before the record was being,
Or when it was done already, right?
yeah, maybe. I don't know if he's
they
on the
say who he
album.
tried to kill?
No, I don't know.
Damn. What if it's another band member?
What? That sounds crazy.
I mean, you wouldn't even need
That
to.
nigga Angus Young is getting too famous at his old ass age.
Dude.
I don't like this band. Have them killed.
I don't want to
I've
do
been replaced multiple times, but I'm back.
I don't want to do the concert
As I
anymore.
lay dying, kill those guys.
Damn. He gets to die happy. Isn't that what everybody deserves? To die happy?
Not if you
Not
kill
if-
people.
yeah.
For a living.
He didn't though.
Other people
mean he
that
didn't? What
he
he didn't
didn't
kill?
make people die happy.
Charles Manson didn't kill anyone.
You know, I don't even know who
Because
this
of
guy
him
is.
that people died.
Right. He was
He
okay,
was,
that's if
like,
I remember.
club leader.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it like a?
He was a cult leader.
Cult leader?
Yeah, he
Oh yeah.
so he started a
That counts as killing people, man. Is he the?
oh,
is
and
he
then
the Kool-Aid guy?
I don't know.
What?
Kool-Aid guy.
You guys never heard about that? Oh, you didn't drink the Kool-Aid?
Or something like that. It might have been him. I don't know. Where he gave all of them acid and he
Oh, that when everyone yeah, I know what you're talking
Is
about.
that him?
I don't know.
No, it's not.
That's like the most famous
And then-
cult-related thing I know. That's why.
Oh no. And he anyway, he had a cult and then he would send them off to do crazy shit. Because he
Damn.
and it was like something about a race and a race there was gonna be like a race war and then the celebrities had to die or whatever.
And people, they just ate that shit up, huh?
Yeah, dude. Well, they did at least, and then
Well, now they see how wrong he really was.
they're all free, I think. Well, no, some of them. Oh, one of the cult leaders, he started a church and he does it online. I don't know how he has online access, but he literally has a church in prison, and he
They
is
have a lot of access.
the
don't they?
minister. I don't know. He's a minister.
Wait,
of
you don't
the
know
church.
how he gets access online?
Don't prisoners get access to
That's.
internet?
I don't think so. Do they?
Yeah.
They have
I don't
Facebooks.
know. Oh, they
They have-
they have their
internet
ways,
access.
dude.
Internet.
Boo, I'll give you a cigarette if you give me 25 megabytes of internet download speed.
Damn.
They sneak in cell phones and shit. Like,
Yeah.
take selfies and post them on.
Well, you would
Facebook.
imagine, yeah, if they sneak in everything, they must like sneak in cell phones. But I would imagine if like they have, because they have libraries in prison, right? So maybe they have internet access there.
They have books, dude.
Encyclopedias and shit.
They have books, not libraries.
Wikipedia issue
They
one.
don't have
you know?
the Dewey
Version
Decimal
one.
System anymore.
Okay, so this morning, as I got up from work and was walking to my car, the first thing I noticed is there's this car weirdly parked too close to my car and at an angle. And as I'm going towards my car, I see that car with all the doors, all the windows down. The doors were open.
Never seen this car before in my life.
Yeah, I'd never seen this car before. It has like Hello Kitty seats.
Oh shit.
The driver's seat and the passenger seat in the front like declined all the way back. Is it declined?
Recline.
Yeah, like if someone was like laying there.
Right.
And I thought, okay, somebody's probably in there. But I like glanced. I'm thinking, okay, this is a fucking G-Ride. This is a fucking stolen car. And I thought,
Is that what they call that? A G-Ride?
yeah, I was gonna call
A
cops
cop?
and say, hey, there's this suspicious fucking car right here. But I was like, I'm late for work.
I live in the hood. I ain't got time for that shit.
And then I thought, okay, well, if it's still here when I get home, then I'll probably like call somebody.
Yeah.
It was there.
It was still there?
It was still there, but the doors were closed. But my brother was home, and I asked him, "Hey, do you know whose car that is?" He's like, "I don't fucking know, but I saw the doors open. I just like kicked them closed. I just went on about my day."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay."
What a good person.
So at least he closed the doors. Like, I just
The
like
battery,
fucking kept
dude. The
walking.
battery. Come on.
You got any good CDs?
And that's the first thing I looked. Is their stereo still there? I couldn't see. It was too dark. But yeah, and I was going to call him, but then Patrick showed up. And then I explained to Patrick where the fuck this car is just like randomly there. But then we're off to like the comic book shop, so I don't really want to stop and call the cops. But when I come back, it's fucking gone.
It was gone?
It was gone.
Huh.
In like the middle of the day, it's fucking gone. And I
Cops
asked my
probably
mom.
found it.
I asked my mom, "Hey, like, you seen me leave, and I asked you about the car before I left. Did you see like where it went or who took it?" She was like, "No, I just noticed it right now. Like I was in the kitchen, I came back, and the fucker was gone." And I'm like, they probably took it as fast as they stole it. Like,
Yeah.
it got stolen twice,
Or it got.
or it got stolen back.
Yeah.
Get my car.
Well, because you got your car taken away, they found it pretty quick, right?
They found
So
it
2
in
weeks,
like 3 days.
3 days?
Yeah.
They're quick about that shit. But if it's like all Hello Kitty'd out, like that's pretty easy to spot. You take a quick cruise through the project first, you know, that's like their number one. It's like, all right, let me cruise to the project. Oh, there it is.
I don't know, man. They found my car in Compton.
I mean, I'm sure they have their hotspots. Like, all right, usually we find
This
cars
is where they
there.
drop them off.
Yeah, this is where they drop them. This is where they need rides all the time.
They have like a deal with the tow trucks and shit.
Yeah,
Really?
that's fucking crazy, dude. But you didn't like have the courage to dig into it, because you didn't know if it was someone else's car, right?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like a neighbor's car or something. Like,
You know, if you see it back, then you wouldn't have to worry about anything because, you know, obviously, someone.
yeah.
The windows were all the way down. I noticed that.
Like,
Oh, so you saw it.
I did see the car, and like the
I'm
doors
imagining
were
it as a buggy. What is it?
it wasn't. It was like
closed. Like a white Civic or something.
like a white Camry.
It was a sedan.
okay.
Yeah.
Sedan.
Sedan.
It's 4-door white car, like probably.
That's what you say, sedan, right?
No, it's
No, it's
sedan.
Sedan. What am I saying sedan for? Must be something that
Fucking-
sounds like
It's
that.
Saddam Hussein.
That's what I'm saying. Saban over here, Power
Saban.
Ranger.
I was thinking Power Rangers. Just I was watching. I recently had a. I was thinking about the Power Rangers, and I was like, man, I want to just watch the Power Rangers, but I want to watch all the story. I just want to watch the fights. And I just cleverly just typed that in, just fight scenes, Power Rangers, and exactly what I was looking for, just like entire clips of like a Ranger fighting or just all their fights. And I was watching specifically like, Tommy compilation, and he does this like spin kick all the time, and it kind of got burned out.
He's back on the new Power Rangers. I didn't see that episode, or I didn't watch. I don't even know what the fuck it's on now. They're like on Power Rangers fucking
1,000 and
season 28.
The last time I heard Tommy coming out, I can't remember what episode it was, but he only came out for one episode, and it was pretty cute. I
Saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. I remember like
No, I think I just saw it on
advertising
YouTube.
it
Or,
heavily.
yeah, it was like, look at what's his real name?
Jason.
Is it Jason Frank?
Jason
something?
something. I know it's Jason.
Jason, yeah.
Yeah, like watch him in the new Power Rangers, like return as the Green Ranger. He was like all suited up. He looked pretty old, and he was in like the Green Ranger with all the newer Power Rangers. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I didn't watch it.
Fucking Obi-Wan of Power Rangers.
He is. Usually, I've seen like a
He's the
couple
fucking
episodes
face
where he
of Power
comes back,
Rangers,
and it's
like-
usually just. for
Does that
one
guy have
episode.
options? Like, could he get another fucking job?
He does a lot of shit. He's like a UFC fighter or something.
UFC.
He has like a black belt and a lot of shit.
Have you guys seen him in the
He just does that shit when he needs
He's on
money.
this YouTube thing where they
Badness
film
on?
his life and shit. Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's called My Mighty Morphin Life or something.
Oh man, see, I don't want to watch that shit because like this is the only thing that I feel like like Patrick was like I want to leave that part of it behind. Like I don't need to know. That's too much information for shit that I care about.
Yeah.
Like, you want to delve too deep into things you like.
Like that stuff from before, like back then when I didn't care about like who wrote this or who wrote that before. It was just like Mighty Morphin versus Power Rangers. I was telling him that I didn't like Lion King anymore.
Because his tastes.
What?
What are these called? Parentheses, quotations,
quotation.
quotation marks. His tastes.
Well, you
His
didn't
tastes
hear
have
me out.
changed.
Like he's taking it like that. Like is it some sort of blasphemy? But
I mean, there is movies that I liked as a kid, and if I watch them again, they're really retarded.
I said-
yeah,
but I
but with
think
Lion King, that's
is
kind
like,
of.
I
it's a
specific-
universal story, and it like has feels and like.
I said specifically. I said that it was boring, and it is boring.
It is not boring.
It's boring.
Wow.
It definitely wouldn't have all my attention like when I was a kid and shit. Like I would skip to like the scenes I liked, like when fucking
Yeah, it just
they're
like
fighting.
because it's just right. Maybe it's just because the attention span thing. I don't know, man. But like because we were watching it today in class,
Yeah.
and then we were showing it, and I was watching it. Entertain you. Watch something like cartoons are generally entertain you. Like it's hard to find a cartoon that's just like, oh man, I can't fucking watch this.
Bob's Burgers.
Most of them, though, I'm saying there are some, but most of them like
Bob's Burgers.
you don't like. A few of them have that fucking Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood effect where you're like, fuck this. Like,
Cleveland show.
see, I've never seen those shows.
I've seen a couple.
I know what they are,
I've
but
seen one Bob's Burgers episode.
and
It
one
was
Cleveland
so
episode from me.
retarded.
It's stupid.
Actually, it's kind of funny. I kind of laughed at it, but I
But
can't
you
really
laugh
watch it for
because
too
it's
long.
dumb, like not because they're funny. Like the girl, is it a girl that has like a Superman voice?
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, I
shit.
fucking don't know.
You know, I do agree with you that tastes do change and things that you like, they change.
But yeah.
But with timeless things like Lion King,
Dude, Lion King is boring,
it is not boring.
but listen, but to be fair, I always thought Disney movies were lame. Always, like I hated them when they used to show them at school because they sang. They always fucking sang.
They did.
And I was watching Power Rangers at the time and watching Pokemon, which they never did that. So whenever I watched this shit, I was like, oh man, this is all pussy shit. Like even then, when I was younger, I was like, this is just always singing about their feelings and shit. And I'm
yeah,
just like,
I felt the same way too. But I liked Aladdin and I liked.
See,
Lion
I
King.
agree with you. I like Aladdin, but that's because
But
it's a
those
boy
are the
movie.
only two. Yeah,
Boy
they were
movies.
boy movies, and they were having.
Yeah.
They're good with their targets, dude. Like I love that fucking movie.
Yeah, it's good. I haven't
really
seen it in a
tired
long
of,
time.
like all those princess movies and shit when we were kids. Like
It took me a long time to watch any of them. Like Snow White, I watched last, and I was like 13.
I don't think I've even seen a lot.
I haven't even seen Snow White.
I've never seen Sleeping Beauty.
I haven't seen Sleeping Beauty either.
Beauty.
You know what we should do? We should do a podcast where we fucking watch them and just talk shit about them. Oh yeah, man.
Why would you do that to
Constantly
yourself?
bashing.
That can bring us to our next segment. Shitting on stuff.
Wait, do you want to finish your thought about Lion King?
I mean, there's nothing more to be said.
Well, yeah, that's just
finish it. Finish it.
I don't know. I find it it was boring. Like the Scar. I find Scar really annoying.
I found him cool.
No, it doesn't. Why does he have an English accent and everyone else
He's so
doesn't?
Shakespearean.
I know, that's so stupid. And then
because
He's a really good bad guy.
He's supposed to come off as like smarter. Because even in before, like he says, "Oh, Mufasa got all the bronze."
yeah, I got that. I got that. But why does he have to have an English accent? And then why do
English
all the moms
people
have
are
to like have?
smart.
No,
a
they're
lot
not.
of evil people are English. Solid.
Yeah, I know that. No, it's true. Like they all have English accents and stuff.
Is your wife evil?
Yeah, she's crazy. And then Nala's super ghetto. She's like, yeah, what you gonna do in the graveyard? Like,
well, because they have kid actors.
Yeah.
And
and they were kids.
did you know Cheech Marin was one of the hyenas? I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
And Whoopi Goldberg was
yeah, I
the
know
other one.
Guppy Wolver.
now we got one of yours, huh?
Damn, good Guppy Wolver, dude.
Sedan.
Guppy Wolver. Yeah. And Cheech Marin, dude. I didn't know that.
You didn't know
Yeah.
Cheech was on that?
Dude, no.
Even I knew that, and I didn't even know who Cheech was, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a lot over here.
The pothead that's always laughing.
Yeah.
I think he was
Tommy
like,
Chung is on Dancing with the Stars. I didn't know that.
He was like
He
one of
is?
the only
Yeah,
ones.
it doesn't make fucking
I-
sense. And
I
Carlton,
don't-
Carlton's one of the favorites to win
Yeah,
right now.
Carlton's really good.
Yeah,
Have you seen those videos,
Yeah,
dude?
dude.
I only seen
Does he
one
ever whip out the
where
fucking
they do
dance?
No, he
the
doesn't.
what dance?
The Carlton
Carlton?
dance.
They did.
He did?
That's the only one I've seen. That's what I was gonna say right now.
Oh, man, I was hoping
He was
had more
dancing with the
dignity.
the white girl, and they were like all like dancing together. And all of a sudden they split up and they started doing the Carlton dance. Everybody goes fucking crazy.
Ah,
Man,
man.
that's cheating, dude.
That is cheating. That's like fucking master ball right there, dude. That's like Exodia.
Obliterated.
Whatever, dude. Like you said, he's in the lead. I haven't watched it. I don't really care for it.
Yeah, me
but-
neither. All right, so you guys want to do a segment? We'll introduce the segment. We want to try something new where we do segments in which like we specialize in an area and then we just kind of have a moment we have the soapbox, so to speak, to do whatever we want. So you guys got what? Do you guys decide on a name for it?
Well, I wouldn't consider this a soapbox segment. I would just consider it a segment where we talk shit about
on
stuff.
Shit on shit.
Shit on shit. Yeah. Let's shit on other shit.
All right, we should insert like a radio show. You know how they have like the buttons, shit on this, and then like they play the fucking button.
What do you want to shit on
What do
today,
you want
Patrick?
to shit on? What's easy to shit on as a first one?
What's I'm gonna? Well, yeah.
You know what?
Well, like the Kim Kardashian naked thing. I finally saw that.
Did you?
I did. I mean, it's hard to miss.
You can't shit on sexy bodies though.
She sucks. Yeah.
But she's a sexy body. Like. But
Oh,
Everybody. That's easy though. That's everybody shits on that.
And
Well,
I
I
saw a
wanna
funny
pick
ass
anything
picture today
new.
that made me laugh. Just I don't know why. Because Serge, the way he shaved or whatever, he looks like the fucking the Dos Equis guy. And he's holding like a little whiskey shot, and it's fucking. I don't always cry, but when I do, it's because angels deserve to die. I was dying.
Speaking of notes, I was watching The Talking Dead, and who was that? That person?
Chris Hardwick.
Not Chris Hardwick.
The black lady.
Yeah, the lady who was the
I don't know.
attendant on Drake and Josh.
Yeah, she's really into Walking Dead. She was there with CM Punk.
Yeah, did you see it?
I saw that one with CM Punk.
You saw the
Did she
entire
go
thing?
back?
The one with CM Punk. You saw that episode, right?
That one's old. That episode is old.
The one with Chris.
last week. The one last
The
week.
one with Chris from Everybody Hates Chris.
No. See, I saw the one where she was there with CM Punk. And
Okay,
CM
so
Punk.
there's another one now.
Okay.
CM Punk, her, and Chris. Because he's in the show now.
Really?
Yeah.
Everybody hates Chris guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Dude.
like all older and like really tall.
So the lady, I don't know what her name is.
I think it's like. I'm gonna get. No, it's
Anyways, that lady.
Chandra, I think.
It's
her
funny
name is
that
something
I
like
know
that.
what it's leading up to.
It's
and
funny
he's just kinda
because
giving you shit right
Chris
Wow.
Chris was talking to her and she pulled out this whole book of notes on the show
Damn.
that she wrote for this episode, and then Chris was like, what is that? Oh, these are my notes that she wrote. And then the entire time he was just shitting on her. He's just like, oh, they would ask questions and he would go, oh, do your notes see into the future about what's gonna happen? And then like she was taking it really well, but
See, he's a hater, dude.
no, he's not a hater. It's just completely ridiculous to write a bunch of notes.
Hey, we don't have notes today, and we don't know where to go. See?
And this conversation is funny.
I like
Wait,
notes. You have notes? You can't talk shit?
These are
These are bullet
grocery
points,
lists?
though. These, you see my bullet points?
see bullet
That's
points.
just shit I want to talk about.
No,
Bruce
I want to do
Campbell's
that
coming
now.
back as Ashley.
Really?
He
Who?
is.
Who?
Bruce Campbell.
The guy from Evil Dead? Evil Dead's my favorite
Oh, man.
movie.
Fuck it. I don't know anything about Evil Dead.
You never saw it?
We talked about Evil Dead on, like, the oldest podcast ever, dude.
Well, we're talking about
When?
it again if he's coming out.
Was I in it?
No.
No.
If
This
he's
is
coming-
the second
if he's
rebirth of the
coming out-
podcast.
if
Well, let me say one thing. This is neither here nor there. But if we record one more podcast, that means we beat the fucking record for the older ones.
But anyways, if he is playing Ashley again, then we bring him up again because it is my favorite movie.
Evil Dead? Damn.
Is he coming out like in the new, like, so they're gonna make...
Okay, there's it started off as rumors, then it was confirmed that he's coming back as Ashley Williams, and now I'm not sure if it's rumors or because now people are saying two different things, that they're gonna make a reboot movie.
Reboot? I hope it's not that.
Reboot a movie, or like a sequel to the one that they rebooted already.
That's what I hope it is.
Either that or it's a show
Oh, that'd be gay.
where it's Ashley Williams and his adventures.
If that show had a dick and other shows had dicks and butts, that show would get fucked by the other shows with dicks, dude.
You
I
should
don't
say,
know.
like, disgusting dicks, dude.
But that was the hype, and then it was kind of like, I don't know where it's going. It's like you're at the top of a pyramid, and there's shit falling on both sides, so you don't know where it's gonna land.
Well, whatever they make, I'll definitely watch it or try to watch it.
I mean, I will because I like Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Don't even know what that
Evil
is.
Dead, though, is definitely not one of my favorite movies.
I love that movie, dude. It's my favorite movie. I love the remake. I love everything about it. I even got the PlayStation
Evil
video
Dead.
game over here, dude.
Damn.
And what was the other one? Army of Darkness?
Army of Darkness. Oh my god, it was so
they were
stupid.
ridiculous.
It was like, Chucky movies started out scary, and then they slowly
they?
got stupid.
Oh,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
supposed to be.
Yeah, they were supposed to be. They were trying. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
supposed to be
yeah.
scary, and then they slowly got funny. That's what happened with that
Oh.
series. And it's whatever. I like it. It was fun.
I don't know. And the first Evil Dead was just so fucking lame. Like,
No, it wasn't, dude.
yes, it was.
At the time?
The puppets.
What?
When he's like trying to kick the shit out of that thing to go back
Well,
underground.
it's an old
it was,
movie. It's
It
an
was
old
so
movie.
lame though.
The movie was made in the 80s, dude. They don't have CG. They didn't.
It wasn't supposed to be CG.
Exactly.
It just wasn't supposed to be that crappy.
I'm just saying that you might be used to CG and used to seeing good stuff, like really good, but they just didn't have that back then. They had to.
That's one of those movies. I guess if I was little and watched it, I would be like, I might have been scared. Watching it now is just, oh my god.
Well,
why?
I mean, now that I think about it, that movie's not supposed to be scary. It is, but it's also supposed to be like a shock movie where you're like, oh, she got stabbed in the leg, and you go, ah, like that looked real. Can you agree? With that?
I don't remember what scene you're talking
She,
about.
I think she's standing near the little like dungeon thing, the hole in the ground, and then the little, they lock it up underground.
Yeah.
She has a pencil or something, and she stabs it right into her, right above her, like in her tendon, really.
Uh-huh.
And she stabs it right into her foot, and she's like grinding in here, and she's like, ah! That part is what it's like. Oh wow, oh I can't take that. But obviously the puppet, the little gremlin motherfucker, is not gonna look real. I mean, it's not supposed to look real. It was obviously super fake. I think even later on.
And I probably would have noticed that it was super fake if they didn't do it multiple times. If they probably would have kicked it down once or twice, but he just kept doing it.
Oh,
and it kept coming up, and then they did it at different angles where you could see his foot hitting the camera. It was just it was so cheesy that it became funny, and I stopped being scared.
That's probably why the movie even went. The
Yeah,
series
yeah,
went
yeah,
into the
yeah.
direction it did. That movie's awesome, dude. My We can do. We were actually watching the. I was talking about the Alien Ant Farm video. The
Oh, bunch of shit. I don't
Smooth
give a fuck
Criminal.
about
the Smooth Criminal video and how terrible it was.
I mean, I don't care for this music either, but we saw the video.
And it's easy to
It
shit
was
on it because
so
it's
stupid.
It's not that it's relative. It's just that it's easy for everyone to know about it because of how old it is. Like everyone can have some sort of relation to that and go, oh, let me actually watch that again, and with our new like criticisms, go, hey, that was kind of stupid. Kind of like how he.
I've never seen the video.
Exactly how he is doing
I
for
didn't
Evil
see it
Dead,
until that day.
and it's a very dumb video.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, we're talking about it a little bit too much for us to redo a review on it.
All right, so one of our loyal sitters who we really, really, really love, and he's putting in work for the sitters at the moment, and that's what you guys are, because you guys sit at the table with us. You're kind of just hanging out, listening to us chat, and wishing that you were part of this conversation. But
This is your chance to be a part of the conversation.
yeah, this is a chance for you to be a part of the conversation. If you guys, this is a little side note. If you guys have anything you guys want to hear us talk about, or are curious about our opinions about, I mean, just let us know. Put it on the. Make sure you subscribe, and then like the page, and
You're saying all that commercial bullshit, man.
well, it's important.
Yeah,
I know, but I mean, they obviously know that. Every other video says that.
No,
and they say it for a reason.
they say it for a reason, because like people need to be like shepherded into fucking things. You know?
Leave that part in.
Leave that part in. Think for yourselves. I shouldn't have to say that shit at all. If you
then-
like something, you fucking click the like button.
But anyway, if you guys want to hear us talk about something, so we got someone wanting us to speak about prequels and sequels and our thoughts about them. And generally, sequels can be cool. They always like excite stuff, but then prequels always make me nervous.
It's cringy kind of.
Cringy, yeah. I guess I don't care enough, but like I watch them anyway, and then I'm like, this is whack. Like I said, X-Men First Class, terrible prequel.
You know what? That's because that's a prequel that wasn't
X-Men
planned for.
Days of Future Past.
Like,
Yeah, they didn't think
amazing.
of it ahead of time. Like saying,
Yeah.
I don't think they thought it was gonna go that as far.
and that's why it sucked.
I didn't even know.
ultimately.
Was it made by the same people? I mean,
Half and half.
Yeah.
Or at least the people, if they weren't, they were definitely looking at the other movies for like, oh, what did this look like in that movie? And they tried their best to
and
recreate
it's dumb because what makes me cringy about it is that they always fuck up continuity. Like, okay, if you're gonna make Wolverine Origins, and all of a sudden these two are brothers, but in the first fucking 3 movies, they didn't even know each other. Well, they did, but they just knew they had a hate for each other, and it was just
right,
like,
yeah, it doesn't
You know
make
what,
any
that's
sense. And it's the
because-
same actor, which like
that's
should
because
hold
of-
him to the.
That's
to
because
the
of
Yeah,
consumers too. Because like as people watching this movie, you're gonna go, "Oh, is this connected to the other movies?" Stupidly, and go when it's not. You're gonna be even mad because you're gonna be madder because it wasn't connected. So they try their best to connect things that aren't supposed to be connected, and then when they are connected, you find things like that aren't connected, like the brothers thing. I'm pretty sure this person wrote this.
But that was
completely
part of the
separate.
comic.
I know, but I mean, as far as the movie goes, they didn't have that. So when they write it for this movie, and because they write it as a single movie on its own, a standalone, and then they try and tie it together because they do have the same actor, and there is already other movies. They have to try their best to try and tie it together. So that's how you get continuity errors where it doesn't really make sense because they're trying to like cut corners and like
then
compromise
they
on things
should
that
have
already
just
exist.
like used a different actor or done a different movie.
But
He's
then
done
people are gonna be
Wolverine
mad at
11
that too.
times, dude.
Yeah,
He's done
he
Wolverine
is
11.
fucking Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't, he's like not. I wouldn't say he's good for it, but he's not perfect. He's fucking tall as hell, and Wolverine is like short.
I think that's the only problem.
And hairy.
He's hairy.
No, but like his arms, dude. Like
He can be hairy.
I mean,
but
you can that's
just
like
because-
costuming. You can add
Yeah,
that onto
yeah.
someone.
They
Being
didn't,
short
they
is something.
didn't, dude.
I know, but I mean, like, no one wants to look at a hairy motherfucker run around, dude. Would you want to
Then-
see a hairy dude, or would you
It'd
rather
be
see
Wolverine,
Hugh
though.
Jackman's chiseled chest,
See,
dude?
you're like, you gag for him though. That's different.
Hey, he's a good Wolverine. I'm not gonna sweat him.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm not gonna sweat him for not being tall, because that's something he can't help. You know, there's
The cool thing is that he's humble about it and he really likes the role.
not being tall, not
Yeah.
being short.
That's
he even
that's
said
cool.
like he's still not ready to give it up, but he knows that he eventually has to.
Yeah,
And
and
that's cool.
and that's glad that I like that it's not just like a job for him. Like he enjoys doing it.
I'm like, did I talk about Edward Norton last time?
I don't know.
About
being-
Hulk,
Yeah.
how he hated
while
it,
we're
or he
still on
liked it.
Wolverine,
We can get back to it then.
I like that. Actually, I don't like that. Not that I don't like, but I noticed that since he is a person, he still gets older. But Wolverine doesn't age, and if you watch all these movies in the order, he like changes ages.
Well,
funny.
The funny thing that in Days of Future Past, he is old.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
Like he's got like his temples are gray. So that doesn't make any sense. But that's like that. It's like that in the comic too.
yeah, doesn't make sense. But
Old man
I thought that
Logan.
was
How does that
interesting.
make any fucking sense, huh?
I thought he was dead already. See, he comes back.
Supposed to always be old.
Yeah, he's old as fuck. All right, what are some good prequels? Prometheus? No.
Oh, I love that movie as a prequel, dude. Because I didn't know it was a prequel until the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Did it answer any of your questions though? I've never seen any of the Alien movies.
I haven't either.
I didn't
That's
even have
why
any
when I
questions.
watched Prometheus, we were sitting in the theater and I was like, "This is fucking aliens."
We watched it together,
yeah,
right?
we all
We
did.
all did.
yeah.
I think he said it like that. I was like, this is an alien movie? What?
yeah.
And I thought it was cool. Because
I didn't know.
no one knew. I didn't know either.
I don't know.
They just kind of pulled that one out of their ass.
I hated that. There's parts of it that I hated, right? Like how
I don't know, dude.
how that guy, the old man, was banking on like the creature from before when he resurrected them that they were gonna help him, and he just beat the shit out of him. Remember that?
Oh, how he woke up and then
And he just, like,
his
decked
first
him?
reaction was... Yeah, it was weird. I mean, it was weird.
Like the entire plot was based on that, and that's how they ruined it. It was just like, oh, we're just gonna fucking have him deck it. Like it was so much build up.
I remember. Yeah, you said all that. That's when I said at the end, like, if it wasn't an alien movie, I probably would agree with you. But at the end, since it was an alien movie, you know, like, that's what's to be expected out of it.
But I feel like they ruined the entire plot. Like they were. It's like when someone's so much hype on something, and then like the follow through is just like, really, that was it.
because they set you up for the alien movies.
But people that knew that was the Alien movie was like, I don't know. I think I'd probably have to hear it from someone that likes Alien. But sometimes I just ask myself, like, why do I give a fuck about all this?
I know a prequel that's really cool. Borderlands.
Like you said, it was a pre-sequel.
It's still a prequel.
But it is good. But that's a game. But since we're talking about prequels in general, it was pretty good. Desolation of Smog.
Oh my god, dude, that movie was garbage.
Was not.
It was terrible.
It was kind of trashy.
It was terrible.
It was. I mean, a lot of these movies, newer movies, are falling into this category that I like to deem visually pleasing, but nothing.
Not. It's like junk food. It's just
Yeah.
nothing really good about them. They just kind of taste good while you're eating it, but then you're like, what the fuck did I just?
Can't eat too many of those.
Prequels.
Boo.
Continuity is its biggest.
Yeah,
problem.
downfall.
Their fucking enemy.
Well, I mean, those were actually written books too. Like the guy Tolkien, right? Like he wrote that book. Like that book's been in existence. The prequel as a prequel.
For what?
The Hobbit.
Okay.
That's a book. I have that
Yeah,
book
yeah.
in this house somewhere. I seen it and I was like, oh shit, they're making that into a movie, huh? I used to throw that shit around. But so you know there is a source. Like they didn't just pull it out of their ass anywhere.
Yeah. Well, prequels
That's
tend
why
to be good.
I thought it was good. For
I mean,
that one of the reasons.
Sequels, anybody?
Lion
Sequels?
King 1.5.
Ugh.
That movie was sucky. Well, I don't know.
I don't remember it too well. I remember the singing.
He sung in that movie too.
Yeah.
Well, they have Lion King too.
I'm talking about Lion 1.5.
Oh, 1.5.
Did that come
They
after
call that
two?
in
It did
England.
come after two.
In England, they
So
call that
that's
Lion
like
King
a
3.
pre-sequel also, right?
Yeah, it's like no, it's not a pre-sequel because it's it happens at the same time. It's more of a what they were doing while this was happening type of thing. It's
Well,
a
what
different
was
point of
happening?
view. Well, while the events of Lion King 1 was happening, Timon and Pumbaa were doing this.
Like simultaneously, like
But it was Timon and Pumbaa and Simba.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it a little bit too hard, I don't even really remember the movie. I just remember all
It
the
was just- it
meerkats
was
dancing
pretty-
around.
It was pretty much just them hanging out.
oh.
I remember it happened at the same time as the first movie, though. That was their excuse for calling it 1.5.
Remember those commercials? It was like 3, and then he would come and break the 3 into like 1.5.
Yeah. Oh, for all these superhero movies, they're gonna be straight to DVD. All the new ones, I bet. I hope they are.
Oh, that'd
They're
be
not.
great.
The new
I know they're not, but all the new ones,
That
the
would-
30
that
that
would
they have
help,
planned
dude.
in 6 years, I hope they all go straight to DVD.
What the fuck are we gonna be talking about?
Why would that be a good idea?
No, I mean, I'm saying that I don't like them, even
No,
though they
I heard
did
him
exist.
say it was a good idea.
I think it'd be a good idea just because, like, it's too much, dude. Like, it's just becoming a fucking pissing match. Like, my dick is bigger than yours. Look at my fucking, like,
You say your
accuracy.
dick's 5 feet, I say mine's is 6.
Yeah, and, like, I like all those characters, but they're just giving everybody kind of a bad rep. Like,
They're drowning us in those movies. That's
Yeah.
the only thing. They need room to breathe.
because that continuity is, but it's like throwaway movies, dude. Like, failed attempts.
It's just like visually pleasing, dude, like I said. That's what all those movies are going to be. Actually, I was actually blown away by the new Captain America. It had everything.
Yeah, I heard that was really, really
You
good.
didn't see it yet?
No.
The Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I heard that one was really good.
I think it was really good.
Like,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was.
like, the story was great, and
Because he's not a flashy character, you know, he's not Iron Man, he's not the whole...
it's like a cop movie, right? But just, they had suits.
It's kind of true.
Cop movie with suits.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot more room for character development because you can't just... It's not as easy just to go, throw a shield and then, do that throughout the whole movie and then,
Right.
people will pay for it.
Yeah, character development. That's what these movies lack, I think. Because Tony Stark is Tony Stark from the beginning to the end. He's just like...
Well, I mean, these characters already don't have too much character development anyway because of their, their medium fucking comics. They have to stay the same for the people to keep buying them or they have a
Yeah.
lot of backlash.
That's true.
Um,
That's true. Yeah, that's why Batman's always a fucking same, which is annoying as hell.
and that's why these movies, I feel like, are not going to get any better because, they're just going to be more of the same shit, just with different...
Yeah, that's, I think,
Well,
you
said
called it.
Batman
That's
is always the same.
yeah, he's always the same.
And
like,
what?
Like, he's got the same qualities. He doesn't, like... For instance, like, Spectacular Spider-Man was such a good relief for me because it was finally Peter Parker doing something else. I never thought about what he just said, but it was perfect because...
Talking about comic books, cartoons. What are you talking?
Yeah,
Because we went from movies to now you're talking about Batman.
I'm talking
And,
about
like,
the
his
character in
his
general.
in
I'm
general.
hardly ever... I hardly ever refer to one of those things as one thing, like, because you can't think about one without the other one in a way, for me at least. For instance, because, like, they come out of the comics, but then the movies are just like a fucking sample of the comics, but they always take, like, the essential parts, or at least they think they do. And then the essential parts that I think make Batman are just like, oh, my mom died, I'm fucking emo all the time, and I have a lot of money, and that's it.
That's just an origin. That's
No, but, like, that is him. Like, it's his DNA. And that's the thing that they're never gonna make a Batman and call it Batman if it's not that. And and when they do, they call it Batman Beyond or
it's like
Earth
saying like
2 or
Spider-Man. Like his parents always, his Uncle Ben
But
always
my-
dies,
my-
and that's like his reason for being
right,
Spider-Man.
and that's my point. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you. That I'm saying that my end point here is that I never thought about what he said about how comic book characters don't really have character development because they have to stay the same for people to continue buying them, and it's true. Like, these characters, like, they have some change and stuff, of course, because continuity changes in canon and stuff. But
Like Iron Man changes suits like every 5 years.
but he's the same character. Like, it's the same person. Whereas, like, in a movie that was written to be a movie from the beginning, those characters always have, like, character development, or like a
Yeah.
book. So
It's
I think,
always-
and I
it's
think
because
that's.
of the reboots and shit. Because all they do is retell the same story.
I don't want to lose my point. Let me just say this: that I think the downfall of these movies, I agree with Patrick, is that there is no character development. That it's like the same shit. Like, the stories are basically the same thing, but they're not. It's not gonna be like Star Wars it was written as a movie and there's an entire arc to, like, Luke Skywalker, or
And
an
it
entire
ends.
and there's an
Yeah.
entire arc to, like, Darth Vader. Like, he starts as something and, like, he becomes there's stages.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is because
And
of
there's
these
never going to be
reboots and
stages
shit.
with Batman because he is who he is, and they just they sample his DNA and put him and make a movie and a story around that DNA, and, like, you have, like, the essential idea as, like, the nucleus, and then everything that's around is, like, the story, and it's built around that DNA of the nucleus. Whereas with the difference between, like, having a character that has story arc is that's the story. The story is, like, it's like the hero's journey is, like, the entire story is his path, is, like, following Luke Skywalker and his change.
It's like both of these ideas. Like, what they're doing with movies now is, like, what you're saying is how they just take the character and then they just, like, throw them in a movie and they, like, the movie is made for this.
Yeah.
And that's why it's always the same. But what movies should do is, like, what he's saying, like, what he's suggesting, how Batman does have a whole bunch of stories. Like, he has, like, the Hush thing and, like,
Yeah.
just a bunch of other things. But that's how it goes back to what we were saying earlier about how the community doesn't like that. They always need a continuity. they always needed to relate to something they already know. So the movies that the other like the death in the family like stuff, that'll never get made because Joker's already dead. So we can't ever have that. We can't ever have a movie that has anything that's never been related in any kind of context because the normal, like, just like people...
DC doesn't try to do that. Marvel does.
No one tries to do that.
Marvel hints at it.
Like, they try their best, but they don't do it well because they have a continuity that they still have to follow. That's why they keep trying to... If this is true, that's why they keep trying to reboot Spider-Man because they want it to fit into whatever they're trying to do. But and whatever they do, it's just going to be a shell of what it could be because it's just them trying to make a new movie off of existing material, off of characters that don't have any, like, But if you do just take it straight from and just take their stories, it'd be cool because then you could have character development because you could do a different story that's later in his timeline because it doesn't have to relate to this first movie that's only 3 stories deep, you know?
And just like how he said, like, oh, what did you say? Fucking Joker's dead now, so you can't make another Joker. They're making Suicide Squad with Harley Quinn, and she has a lot to do with Joker.
So like, how are they gonna explain that? I mean, hopefully, this Suicide Squad thing might be a step in the right direction in the wrong but right direction where they don't care about the existing continuity and try to explain a character.
Well, this is a different continuity. This is like there's the Nolan verse, and that is like its own thing.
And that's why. But
like now that they have the Harley Quinn, that's completely different. This is like spinning off of the universe that was created by Superman. Superman is like the first in that entire series. The Nolan verse is just its own thing. Like
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and then making the other Spider-Man.
Right, exactly. That has nothing to do with each other. Like, so there's for instance, Ben Affleck is a new Batman. It's not like he's trying to carry on I forgot that fucker's name.
But even then, that's when you go back to the Hulk thing where there's been 3 different actors for the Hulk, but do they all exist in continuity?
The first one and the second one do, but then the second one to Marvel now doesn't. I don't think so.
See, that's how. Wait, the first one and second one do to each other?
Yes, and then the second one the Eric Bana and Eric Bana, I don't know what the fuck his name is, Eric B. and Edward Norton, they do their sequels. As the second one's a sequel.
Wait, Eric Banner?
Bana.
Wait, that's the actor's
name.
An actor, huh?
Yeah,
that's his name.
In my head, I was thinking you fucked up Bruce Banner.
No, Eric Bana. I just B-A-N-A.
That's why when I just heard Banner.
Some ghetto shit. Eric Bana, dog. No, yeah. I think it's Eric Bana. Now you're making me question that. Eric, whatever. And then the Edward Norton ones, those are sequels. Like, that's...
to each other.
They correlate. But the one... I
heard it was a... First I heard it was a sequel. Then I heard it was a prequel. No, remake. And then...
No,
if that's supposed to be true,
because
the Edward Norton movie at the end credits, Tony Stark comes out.
All that goes.
Oh yeah.
No. It does. He does come on.
Yeah.
But that all goes back to the whole mass of people just not knowing, dude. It's just impossible to know, unless you.
They've made a big fucking mess out of this entire fucking.
Yeah, and that's why if they just
and it wouldn't have been that way if Edward Norton didn't decide to be a douchebag.
But it's besides Edward Norton. It's a bunch of things. It's Edward Norton. It's the billions of Batmans. It's the billions of Hulks. It's just their entire let's make a big giant cinematic universe and not planning that out from the beginning or trying to plan it out from the beginning or whatever kind of like production screw ups that we have. Whatever product we have now is just not an ideal situation for anyone to make anything kind of true to whatever they're doing. Or even for them to just do any story, they have to be in a continuity now.
Well, what I'm happy about, there are some good things about this entire fucking thing. Is that I'm happy that the Nolan universe, those 3 movies exist, and I think that they're the only ones that are going to stand the test of time. Like when it comes to 10 years from now, or people are still going to be talking about those 3 movies.
Nah, because it's Batman. It's not Nolan. It has nothing to do with Nolan. It's just going to be Batman. And all those Batman movies are going to stand the test of time just because
No, because they still say, oh, that's Tim Burton Batman. They still say that.
I know, but...
They associate the director because it was his vision.
But, they're still going to ultimately be watched. And
they're
going to be watched for whatever reason. Just, let's watch Batman.
For instance, like, people still watch those first 2. They're on Netflix. Why do you think the third one isn't on there? Like...
Third one what?
The third Batman, it was Batman 89, and then Batman Returns, and then there's like the fucking with Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Uh-huh.
They try to forget that one. I was like, hey, fuck that one. Like that one's So, you know...
Well, Netflix isn't the end-all, be-all.
No, but it's a good example of, like, I think... Because that's the way that I thought. So, you know, because I think this way, I assume that most people do. That's just, you know...
Most people just get told what to watch through Netflix and assume that's what everyone else
No,
likes.
but, like, when I think about the Batman movies, I always think about those two as, like, together. Because when Val Kilmer came in, I was like, oh... I realized, they're doing... This is something new. This is something different.
You know what? Speaking of graphic novels, every time I go in the comic shop, and even today we went, we saw... There's a bunch of, like... side-by-side television show series. And, like, we saw Sons of Anarchy, like, you gotta watch out, man.
If you're gonna be talking and that noise is fucking...
Oh, my
going
bad,
on,
my bad.
At least do one at a time.
I thought you were trying to, like... Alright, hold up, let me open these.
So, I was fucking in the...
Don't worry, guys, I'm eating. So, we were in the comic book shop, and there's a bunch of, like, side-by-side TV show, comic books. Like, we saw Sons of Anarchy
Dark Horse?
in there.
Is it Dark Horse?
We had a lot of, like, IDW, Dark Horse things.
Yeah.
No, I think it was IDW.
They do that shit, too. It's expected.
Yeah, and it's like, how do you place those in continuity?
They do, man. Like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We picked one up and started looking through it, and since I've always been following Sons of Anarchy, I know all their stories,
right.
and I'm just browsing through the shit. Like, that didn't fucking happen in the comic book. I mean, in the movie,
show.
a fucking show.
So where does it happen?
Like,
So,
Dexter
yeah,
was... Have you seen the
And
Dexter
so that's
comics?
that was the fucking question, is
Yeah.
where
Shit.
does that fit in? And my conclusion was it was just in between shit that happened that they didn't show in the show.
It's fan fiction, dude.
Yeah, it is. Because then he asked me, is it the same writer? It obviously wasn't.
And that's why sometimes I don't take this, even with superheroes, kind of too seriously, because they always have different people write them all the time.
That's basically like what they did to the fucking X-Men franchise.
With the movies, because anyone can
With the
write for these
prequels.
motherfucking characters, dude.
Yeah.
And that's why the movies come out like this, because anybody can write for these motherfucking characters.
I want to play more board games with your wife. That sounds weird.
Yeah.
I want to play Twister.
Dude, I think you lose, dude.
I
You
would.
definitely lose. I think that's probably, you know what? I want to play Twister too. Just to see how long I can last. Like playing master level.
Dude, fucking challenger on Quiz Up. I try to get you to play that game, but you never play.
Because you're always, like, challenging me while I'm at work.
Alright, we should set up.
I think you can challenge people and, like, you play it through, and then you just wait for them to play it. Yeah. Because I was doing that with Lizette.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that you were playing with fucking Lizette and shit. I was like,
That's because we were doing laundry, and we were just, like, right there.
I even seen him. We went ice skating and he broke his foot during ice skating.
Dang.
Ice skating is fucking horrible. I
can't
have
ice
the
skate
worst
and he-
experience
Quotations
ever.
broke his foot.
Not that I break my foot. I
And
never
they just started playing
said
that game.
I broke my foot. But yeah, I had really bad experiences with fucking ice. Fuck ice skating. I'll never go again.
He broke his foot.
that shit just hurts my back, too.
I hurt your back?
Just like trying to fucking,
No, they're shoes,
Dude, I'm such a
dude.
natural
They're
on the
fucking...
ice, dude. I'm flying, but I swear to God, all those kids who think they're badass, they need blinkers, dude. They're just going everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Falling on
actually
your ass
it's
hurts,
fun when
dude.
you're going fast. And even I like went into the middle and shit when I was trying to like keep up.
Do you have the shuffle, like the leg shuffle? Where you have to, where you put your to turn, like, to...
Like when
you know,
you're kind of
like
running
this?
and shit.
Yeah, where you lean to one side, and then you,
Nah,
like,
dude, we
put your right foot over
there
your left
wasn't enough
foot, and...
space to like go that fast.
Yeah, we were.
like that fucking hockey shit.
Yeah, it wasn't enough space,
It was
and the ice
terrible.
got really fucked up real quick because
of
there
the
was too
fucking
many
kids,
people.
dude.
Yeah,
Those little kids who I guess were on a field trip there, they were like grinding up the ice.
and they were actually pretty good because they would like fucking skid that shit.
They
and,
skid it so hard that they've dent up the ice. And
Yeah.
like,
Damn.
for everybody that's like sucky, I'm like, man, it's just like driving on an unpaved road.
It is,
It's the hood,
Fuckers.
dude.
but it sucks that their fucking shoes are so retarded. Like they don't have half sizes. So you have to either get a size smaller or a size bigger. And if you get a size bigger, they're loose on your feet, and you need them to be really
And then
fucking
you
tight.
really break your foot.
Yeah, and then you could really fucking hurt yourself. But if they're too fucking tight, they just become really unbearably
Uncomfortable.
comfortable. Like I felt my foot was like
Yeah.
fucking crushed like that. So I just I was there for like what, half an hour
Maybe even
on the
less than
fucking
that.
ice, and then I called it quits. I changed my shoes twice before I
Bowling,
actually
dude.
called it quits.
Bowling is the thing to do.
Bowling's pretty cool. It's kind of
Bowling's tight.
expensive.
Yeah, and you kind of have to be good at bowling.
Not really.
It's easy to be good
Yeah,
at bowling.
it's pretty easy. I mean, people do it for competition, so I'm pretty sure they're really good.
Yeah, they get like strikes all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, it's not hard to get a strike.
I just don't.
when
I don't
you're
like
there.
paying for bowling, and then everybody gets a bunch of strikes. I mean, not strikes. Is that what it is?
I think it was like gutters.
Gutters, like, because no one really knows how to play, because, no one ever plays bowling,
Get the kid lanes.
You're there
dude.
for the low, dude.
Yeah, get the little, like,
Yeah.
kink.
Training
But
training
those are
wheels.
embarrassing. But,
And then there's really no point.
yeah, there's no, for me, because I go with people who don't know how to play, we just get, it's like a waste of money. Because, I won, but only by fucking 2 points, and the one strike I got right there, it's like...
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I guess that about wraps it up for this week of the Tables Podcast. Tune in next week on Fridays.
Tables Fridays.
You don't have to stand up, but you can't sit here.
Peace. Peace. Peace.